Okay, welcome back, and thanks for staying with us to this point. Well, if you about the discussion, you're right on time. But if you were for the dailies, I'm sorry to say, well, you've missed, and you've missed much indeed. It would be good that you actually take a review and see what the stories are saying on the dailies this morning. Well, at this point, we're about to delve into the discussion. And before now, I told you we would have our guests with us to do justice to the discussion. We would be talking about cryptocurrency, analyzing the two sides of the coin. And to do justice to that, first we have a cryptocurrency enthusiast and a trader, a fund manager. He is Yotiom Teve Derek. You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Actually.
And to also do that side by side alongside him, we have a Bitcoin trader. Well, the name Bitcoin, I guess it rings a bell, except for people who think of LTCs and Ethereums and all that. But Bitcoin is a popular name, and his name is Silas No Kankwe. You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you. Now, what the thing is, over time, of recent times, it has it's become a normalcy now. A lot of people are getting to know more or trying to understand what the name Bitcoin, it's been everywhere. And now let's even talk about cryptocurrency generally, because when you talk about Bitcoin, people ask you, what's Bitcoin? And you say it's a cryptocurrency, and they're like, what's a cryptocurrency? But let's start from there. Let's begin with the basics. What's cryptocurrency?
Okay, to be more specific, you see, people often mistake cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. You see, there's a concept which is called blockchain technology, which basically in recent times is being referred to as the Internet 3.0, the next phase of Internet. Now, cryptocurrency is an application that is built on blockchain technology. People don't get that. So, first of all, you have to understand that there are other things you can build on the blockchain technology. So it's just it's an application. It's just one aspect, an application of
the blockchain
technology.
technology.
Blockchain technology.
Okay.
So it's a more extensive discussion, a more extensive narrative when you go into that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is that do you have one or two to add, or
to buttress on what he has said, cryptocurrency is, in a layman's term, a digital asset that operates on an exchange where you can buy and sell.
Okay.
Where you can exchange pair to pair. You can carry out transactions. The only difference is it's digital. You can't see it. It's on a decentralized platform, secured. There's no big grammar about it. It's just different from the normal fiat. That's called Naira.
Naira, okay.
Because it's digital. That's just the craze about it.
Okay.
There's nothing so special and so difficult about it. You know, people really don't understand when it comes to internet. They don't get the concept. But it's the same thing as buying and selling with your Naira.
Okay.
But this is done online, digitally. That's just the difference.
Okay, before we have Japheth ask what he wants to ask. Now, you know, before now, it was normal to just see an advert that had Bitcoin on it, and you play games. They tell you, watch this video for this number of Bitcoins and all that, and lots of all those things happening then. But now it's now looking like, okay, everybody is in search for it. If cryptocurrency is just digital, why the sudden importance and why the sudden attention given to it?
Okay, when you're talking about the attention given to cryptocurrency right now, is that it's just basically because people understand now that there's actually value in this. For instance, if you have, do you have an iron note there?
Yeah.
Okay, bring it out. Same currency. Okay, we have this 1,000 naira. Okay, I give this to you, and I also give this to this guy. What's the difference between these two notes that you have? It still represents the same value.
The same.
But there's something unique about this currency, what you have. That is the number of that currency. Now, in a centralized system whereby you have the government managing things, do you understand? And all that. This currency, they will keep printing this currency. They will keep printing this currency. But they will never print this same 1,000 naira note. Because this 1,000 naira note, the number here is being lodged into a ledger. Now the problem is that you can't account for this. Because immediately, if I leave this place with this 1,000 naira note, I might either give it to somebody else who takes it to another person, and it just keeps going, and then you don't even know, somebody might even trash it, or it might get burnt in the house or something, and that particular 1,000 naira is gone. So there's no accountability for that. And now what cryptocurrency brings is that there's scarcity, because it's a finite resource. If you're analyzing cryptocurrency, currencies which people are buying and all that, you discover that there's what they call a circulating supply. Every cryptocurrency is being created with a circulating supply and a fixed market cap, alternating market cap, sorry. You understand? It can have, like Bitcoin for instance, you only have 21 million Bitcoin in the world. There is nothing you do. You can't do anything about that. You only have 21 million Bitcoin in the world. Now everybody is demanding for Bitcoin. So just imagine, everybody wants to own a piece of Bitcoin. Initially, when they created Bitcoin, it was more like a transaction, a way of transacting between geeks, IT personnel, and all that.
Yeah.
Hey, I can exchange this for you. Since you have this amount or XYZ amount in the bank, let's just use this. Do you understand? And all that.
Yeah.
Now, if you bring that even back to your traditional to your traditional fiat currencies, you discover that it's even more the same things, on the same principles that this same concept is being built. We started with a barter system. We now moved into the coins, cowries and all that, and then later. But even before that, when you had resources such as gold were being exchanged.
Yeah.
As this, but later on, we got to the point whereby the goldsmith and all, instead of you transporting your gold because it's too heavy, you now go to the goldsmith and then he issues you what they call a certificate. But because that goldsmith is renowned around that particular area, and everybody knows that if you turn this certificate and give to another person, it will now account. If you go back to that goldsmith to claim that this thing, he will give you that because that certificate is coming from him.
Yeah.
Now, what is even, look at, we transcended from fiat, we now went to, everybody used to be carrying cash, coins and all that. Then later on, you now say your bank account. Does the money in your bank account, does it reflect you? Is it physical money? It's physical money. People at some point in time will move to card money, which is your ATMs. But now, what Bitcoin is providing is that, or cryptocurrency in general is providing that, it's providing a fixed supply of currency that can be traceable anywhere. It's eliminating a whole lot of, and everybody now understands the true meaning and value of this particular currency, and that is why everybody wants it. Everybody wants a piece, because I know that if I have this, it's going to reflect this, and even if I'm having a transaction interbank or interlocation, I can just send somebody as much money as I feel like sending the person across the border right now, so to speak, at a very low and minimal fees. Okay. Institutions are presently receiving fees in Bitcoin, Litecoin, and whatever it is. So it goes beyond. People now see value in it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Jaffet.
All right, yeah, we are talking about crypto system, gentlemen, and from what we've heard so far, it's getting more interesting. But remember that we are analyzing the two sides of the coin. We are looking at the benefits and otherwise.
Yes.
There is nothing virtually in the world that doesn't have a negative side.
Yes.
Now, there is an issue with this crypto system. First, I would want you to, you made mention of the internet being the major driver of crypto system and it being operated on the blockchain, there is a problem of accessibility.
Yes.
When you buy a cryptocurrency, when you have this money, it is not all the times that you can access the money. Sometimes they tell you that the money is going to mature in so time. Let's get to understand. Let the cat out of the bag. Let's understand how it works. That most times, because the physical currency we have in the bank account, I can drive to the bank and make withdrawals, but it is not all the time that you can access a crypto system. How does it work?
Okay, I don't know. Now, you see, what you're probably experiencing is maybe you've invested in what we call an ICO.
Okay.
Initial, what we call it, basically it's an initial coin offering.
Okay.
Now, you see, people have gotten it wrong because you don't know what you're investing into. I offer trainings in cryptocurrency,
Okay.
trading, and all that. I manage people's funds. As a matter of fact, even by the time once I'm done with this, one of my clients is going to get paid. Now the difference is this: when you don't understand the system, somebody say, okay, for instance, for such, I'm going to mature this and all that. People don't know it because they have that wave that, okay, come cryptocurrency, you exchange your Ethereum and a whole lot of things. You don't know what private keys is. You don't know what public keys is. You're just sending money. Yes, you bought Ethereum, right? But you sent it to somebody and you have no access to it. Now, even in the traditional sense, you go and invest in maybe all these companies. They say by the end of this month you get this, you get that, and all that. When you go there, the place is locked up. So it's the same thing that is happening everywhere. People are only taking advantage of people's. They're only taking advantage of people's.
Gullibility.
Yes, and all that because you don't know it.
Okay.
As I speak with you right now, if I need to withdraw money, it takes me less than minutes. The only difference is if I'm either I'm staking my currency for a long period of time, right? If I'm lending money, I'm lending it for a period of time. Everything that happens in the traditional market also happens there. But if you have your currency, if you have one Bitcoin right now as I speak, and you want to liquidate it and you have it one Bitcoin, it's not something that somebody is telling you, or the back end of an interface is telling you that, okay, you have this, when you truly don't have it. So at the end of the day, you don't know a system. There's one that came up, Daisy. I was talking to one of my clients who said, and when she told me about it, I said, Daisy, what's Daisy? I did the research, everything is actually there, but we don't do adequate research, and we don't, even when, as I'm a fund manager as well, what I do is that apart from managing people's funds, I want you to have an idea of what cryptocurrency is. Yesterday I was about liquidating a portfolio, and when I told the investor I'm liquidating the portfolio, the investor said,
Less that.
so when I was about liquidating, my investor was up about $213 or so thereabout. And then I told him that I was going to pull it out because his payment is normally due on the 26th of every month, and that is what people also still don't understand. If I'm supposed to pay you at that period of time and the portfolio is underperforming, I'll tell you the portfolio is underperforming. And when I told him the portfolio was underperforming, he said, okay, let's give it.
How does it underperform?
Okay, for instance, you buy a portfolio. I bought that portfolio at $8, and then it went as low as maybe $7 or $5. So if I'm selling, I bought about 158 units. So if I'm selling it at $7, that means I'm undercut. That's underperforming basically. But I still have 158 units of that particular portfolio. So if that portfolio goes as high as $300, it's still 158 units I have. So all I do is just exchange it. So I told him that I was about liquidating the portfolio, and because he needed cash actually. And then I told him that, okay, what do you think? He said, oh, why don't we just place a sell order and see if we can make something above that. Lo and behold, I've been in that portfolio since 5th of January. It's throughout 5th of January it was low.
So it means whatever transaction you do within that period is at your own.
It's at a loss.
Okay.
It's at a loss. So basically woke up today and the portfolio met our target, and he'll pull out his, I'm going to send him his money.
Okay, gentlemen, let's get to understand something. This is an awareness program where people are going to gain knowledge about what they're actually doing. A lot of young men have gotten so interested in this crypto system more than the fiat that we're talking about. They want to own flexible money where they can get to any part of the world and can boast of having money. And I think that's the benefit crypto system is offering the masses, especially the youths. Now, there is something I would want us to clarify.
Yes.
You made mention of the blockchain, and blockchain takes a lot of business investment. We once had the issue of it crashed. We had the issue of, we are at a point we also have the issue of crowd one. We're coming to that. That is a point I'm going to. We had the issue of crowd one. Now it is silent. Now let us separate these platforms from the crypto system that we're talking about, because people have these things understood as the same crypto system operating on the blockchain. How can these things be made in such a way that people understand this is far different from what we're talking about here?
Now that's where knowledge comes into play.
Yeah.
Always learn. We have a software wallet.
Yeah.
You have your software wallet, you have your hardware wallet, you have your paper wallet.
Yeah.
Where you save your memory keys and all that. Now, these people, like I earlier said, are only being taken advantage of. If I say come and join me in a business, right?
Yeah.
You first of all do due diligence to understand what is this business
All about.
all about. Now, if somebody says like Zafon, it's just like they are using money to exchange for something. Cryptocurrency is money. So they now tell you that, okay, come and join. We use this money and pay. The same you're talking about, people were transferring money from banks to other people. So it's just the same thing. The only difference is that they are using cryptocurrency now, which by the time you transfer to that person, the person will also transfer to, he will liquidate by the time he has liquidated. But that does not stop the circulation of that particular amount of money. It will show that this money XYZ moved from this to that. If you go into the blockchain, for instance, and you are trying to check the transaction history of you are trying to check the transaction, you will discover that it went from this point to this point. It will show you everybody that particular cryptocurrency has been sent to, every account it has been sent to. But it won't show you the person it was sent to. Now, what these platforms are giving you, you see, used to tell people that, okay, your money will mature this period of time.
Yes.
Another person will come in and pay and all that. I did Zafond. I didn't do right?
Yeah.
It was also a cryptocurrency. They use cryptocurrency as it. Yes, I grew my portfolio, my cryptocurrency portfolio using it. But it's just what it is. It's not different. They are just bringing the same. You can't be doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Okay.
If you come here or you meet me, I'll show you that, okay, you can have a wallet.
Yeah.
This is your wallet. You buy this cryptocurrency XYZ directly from your own bank
I hope the
account.
wallet is talking about the account.
Yes, your account.
Okay.
You buy it directly from your bank account. It's there. You're looking at it every day. If you choose to sell it, I'll show you the platform. You move your monies to that platform, right? And you sell it. But you have to first of all understand what you are doing first before you go into it.
Okay. Now, he said something about understanding what you're doing before you go into it. Let's now look at, we've spoken so much about what it is about, what cryptocurrency is about.
Yeah.
Can we now talk about the gains, what people stand to gain when they use cryptocurrency, just like you're a trader, you're a Bitcoin trader and all that? How does this thing work, and what are the gains from it?
Now, there is something everybody should understand about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency has given us that security. You have access to your funds. You control your funds.
Okay.
There is no third party.
No crashing?
No. What's the crash? This is where people have a problem, where they don't understand. The things about MMM and the rest, these are multi-level marketing schemes. They are Ponzi schemes. Cryptocurrency is being used as the value. I hope you're understanding.
Yeah.
These Ponzi schemes use cryptocurrency to transact their businesses. But you never see where a trader is telling you, bring 2 people, bring 3 people under your dollar. Those are multi-level marketing schemes. They most times crash. The likes of the MMM, Crowd One that you were saying and all that. Now, cryptocurrency has given us this, that's why the government is scared of it. I can sit here in the comfort of my home and send £1 billion across the world. No restrictions. My money is there in my wallet. I can do as I please with it. There is no other person that has access to it except me. So one, cryptocurrency has given us that security of our funds. There's nothing like banks crashing or bank charges or those other irrelevant things that happen with our bank institutions.
Okay.
And then if we can only, like my senior colleague said, he's my senior colleague in the crypto space. He's been there before me, you know, so I give me a lot of accolades. I learned a lot from him. So basically, if you can understand the concept of cryptocurrency, there are so many advantages to it, as well as the disadvantages. Now, our generation is getting so crazy about cryptocurrency, yes, but greed is playing a very vital key. They tell you bring 100,000, you will double it. Yes, we have investors, we have traders, we have institutions that you can come. Okay, there are, let me cut a little bit. There are ways of earning in the crypto space.
Okay.
You are either a trader.
I was about to ask that too.
You are an investor. You are a hodler. These are different ways of earning. Now, probably you want to go into cryptocurrency. You don't have the time to trade personally. You can meet someone. Okay, sir, your institution trains people and manages funds. Like he has one. I'm partnering with one too, that we get funds and invest for people. And then if you don't have, because trading specifically takes time.
Yeah.
I don't sleep. There are days I have like 2 hours sleep. I slept today around 5 a.m. I'm sorry, that's why I was almost late today. I slept around 5. I had to be on the show this morning. So it takes dedication and time. So people who don't have this time can come and invest and make their gains. And then hodling is as simple as how do you call it? Storage. You buy coins when they are low, keep them, sell when they are high. There are things called technical analysis and fundamental analysis that gives you potential coins that will make gain in the future. This all takes knowledge. We have learnt this. There are people who don't have the time or who don't have the knowledge that can come and invest in it. But the issue of Bitcoin is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not. But it will eventually put money in your pocket. Just learn it, follow the rules, and you smile to the bank.
Okay, learn it, follow the rules, and you smile to the
sounds
bank.
so sweet.
Yeah, you actually and simple, but not simple.
Yeah,
because I'm beginning to check the hours of sleep, but at the same time, well, before we go on this break, I'll just put this question to you. Then we'll go on the break. When we return, you do justice to it. He said something about we're looking at the gains, and we want to know the gains for a trader, an investor, and a hodler.
Okay.
What they stand to gain.
Yeah.
So that because someone out there would hear you, would have heard you say something about an investor. He said, okay, so if I'm an investor, how do I stand to gain from it? If I'm a hodler, we only know that as a hodler, you might hold when it's low and sell when it's high. Well, what are the gains, even as a trader? Those are what we would want you to talk about. But Well, so far so good. It's been cryptocurrency, and it's like the order of the day now. Lots of people are talking about it. It's on the lips of a whole lot of youths. Well, for me, at some point, they said no knowledge is wasted. I'm just getting to know that people are going into it because greed. Some people are going into it because of greed, and for some, just like he said, it's not a get rich quick venture. It's not a place where you just go. Well, definitely you get cash, but not for you to just get rich as you want it speedily. So that's what we've been talking about. We'll just go on a quick break. When we return, we would see the gains for the trader, the investor, and the hodler, and from there we'll see the challenges, and we'll move on from there. Stay with us. When we get back, Daybreak Benue continues.
Daybreak Benue, a truth-telling, forthright, unsparing, current events and news program. We shall be asking the crucial questions. We shall go behind the stories that make the news.
Join us as we educate, inform, and shine the light on matters.
Despite the enormous scientific and technological advances in recent time, the COVID-19 pandemic has brought the whole world to a halt. As the world gears towards finding an effective way to combat the virus, we must do our part to ensure we all stay safe. This virus can be transmitted through direct contact with respiratory droplets of an infected person when sneezing or coughing and touching surfaces. The spread can be contained by avoiding crowded places, washing hands frequently with soap under running water, frequent use of alcohol-based hand sanitizers, covering of mouth and nose with flexed elbow when sneezing or coughing, and the use of face mask. As the second wave of the pandemic is fast spreading, we all need to take responsibility. COVID-19 is real. The virus doesn't move. We move it. This
Itjaya Shin a tachi Ruhanen kwa fa sele se na hapa angin bo nyingo bu ye kurane uva a chan tata ishije platoka ma e ilukenen binda iben ako angin bo yo sedigba ba hang usuro kyo wan show par angin bo table angin bo nyingo bu ye kurane Kambuta, short Zwan Yove or Narumi, Shinshu Naru Dehan, Shinshu Naru Yesen, Tuatua, away. Itjayan. Ik bin daar se kama se wa angemboyo. Kau pare ajile brayo ikoho heyo. Kau ona ve flifle, shamgel matsemble, wacha hu lune huba. Kau ona ve shadachi ulune kwasha mitsemble. Kau chilling kwasha dwa. Man anga, shiu dehan, shin yeseno. Manu masenjoya ko chili ikonisha jwa manahanga hamashu ulujan hen abekula yoroya ainbane angembo nyingombo ye kulona nembo hiremu vasha ko hatawe shana haya gba hanghange beje usulo ikyo wan chokran atine yabe msambo angembo ne tenta wase elohona udue hen afishe tashanu beno television makudi
Welcome back from that break. And if you're just joining us, well, you are still with us on the discussion. We are talking about cryptocurrency, the both sides of the coin, that is both the good and the bad. Well, so far so good. We've been looking at the good side and understanding how it works. We've known what cryptocurrency is and what it has to do with the blockchain and everything. But as much as possible, I know for some of you, you still want to know more. So if you have questions, let's have them at the comment section, and we'll see how we can put it to our guest. But before the break, we had a discussion going on, and a question emanated from that, and which is, what does a trader, first we'll start with the differences between these people, the trader, the investor, and the hodler, what the differences are, and then what they stand to gain, how they gain in different forms. You might not necessarily give us figures, but even if you're giving us figures, not actual figures though, but how they gain, and so that people would understand. And if I'm out there, I feel I want to be I think, from what you've said, I think I should be an investor. Oh no, from what you said, I think I should be a trader. Would now understand. So let's
Okay, basically, you know, while we're talking, he mentioned something. He talks about trading, basically. For you to actually trade conveniently and understand the market, you have to understand certain things. The two basic market analysis which you run when you're trading is you do your technical analysis or your fundamental analysis. The technical analysis involves you using probably some other indicators like relative strength index, RSI, which is RSI, your Bollinger Bands and all that. So basically, if you see I pop up a chart right now, all you'll be seeing is lines. You'll be looking at trend lines, and I'm looking at a whole lot of things. This is what still happens in the traditional stock market. Okay. It's no different. People are analyzing stocks, looking at the charts. You understand? A forex trader is also doing the same thing. So if you have idea or you have knowledge in forex trading, you can easily transfer same knowledge into this thing because it's practically just the same thing. Now, as a trader who is actively in the market, you have almost three types of traders. You have a day trader, you have a swing trader, and you have a hodler. There's actually, when you call hodler is actually also a trader. What you're doing, basically, you're holding portfolios and then selling at a price which you deem fit. It's still the same thing we're doing with commodities, your traditional markets, where you have I have an agri investment firm, so we buy, basically at some point in time we now engage in commodity trading. So we'll buy commodities, we'll hold them for a while, and then we sell it at a price that we deem fit. Because if for instance you buy a product for maybe a bag of rice, for paddy rice, for like 17,000, you now later the price now goes to as much as 22,000, you now decide to sell it. So that means you're making an interest of about 5,000 per bag. It's the same thing that happens here too. I buy a portfolio for a dollar. As far back as 2009, Bitcoin was trading at what? 10 cents. So if you put $1, you're going to get about 10 Bitcoin. Presently, as we're speaking, one Bitcoin is trading about $34,000. So if you had $1, which was back as 2007, right, and you put it into cryptocurrency, you had 10 Bitcoins. Presently, do the maths, my brother. That's about $340,000. So it's just still the same thing. What pushes it is what pushes is demand and supply. There's high demand and there's low supply. There's low supply. The value of that particular portfolio increases. Now, as a hodler, you might miss out on gains because somebody who is buying Bitcoin and trading it in between this period, this time frame, the person might sometimes trade at a loss. The person might sometimes trade at a gain. Do you understand? Now, for a day trader, we're probably just looking at the metrics. We're looking at which portfolio can raise to like 3%. I just need this portfolio to. So you're checking up. You're looking at things like you're looking at what's the cash flow on that particular portfolio. How much has that portfolio been trading? If you pop up charts, you'll be looking at the 24-hour volume in terms of USD that has passed through it. You'll be looking at technical analysis and fundamental analysis, such as what news is pushing this currency. Like the currency I got in yesterday, we had a Binance. There's a Binance, the trading platform. Binance had an AMA, which is an Ask Me Anything live series. And the creator of that currency of Easy Fee was on that program. Because of that guy being on that program, it shows more value for that currency. And between yesterday and as we speak right now, that currency grew to as much as 45% value. Those are fundamental analysis.
Okay.
Because people are now people are on that platform and they know Easy Fee is listed on this platform.
Yeah.
It's exchanging with Ethereum. Do you understand? This is the circulating supply. This is the total market supply of this currency. XYZ, do your mathematics. If I drop $5,000 here, do you understand? It will pop up. Why will it pop up? Because the circulating supply, currency which has probably a circulating supply of about 500,000 units and a market cap of about 2-point-something million. You know very well that if you want to get the value of that currency, the current value of that currency, you just divide 2 million by 500,000. Like Bitcoin has a maximum supply of about 21 million. If you check the market cap of Bitcoin, it should be in excess of, it should be close to about 900 or so billion dollars. So if you divide $900 billion by 21 million, you now understand why one Bitcoin is trading at $34,000. So the more the market cap increases, the more the value of that currency, that portfolio increases.
Okay.
Now, depends on where you position yourself. Like I said earlier, if you position yourself properly, you can go into the market today and hit 100% increase. Some portfolios are growing as much as P Network, one of my portfolios. Yes, I wasn't in the market and I didn't set my sell orders, but P Network grew. I've been holding that portfolio for a long time, and it grew 2 days back. It grew much as 1,000% because it was trading roughly between 54 cents when I had it.
Okay.
And when I saw the flash of the market, it went as much as $6.
Okay. Now let's talk about the investor, because we as much as we want to talk more, time is not really a friend now. Let's talk about the investor. What the investor stands to gain. What it's like to be an investor in a particular portfolio.
Okay. As for me, what I offer to people, it's a personal arrangement. What I offer to people is basically, when you invest with me, you either choose to share the risk that comes with the profit for that particular time frame. If you choose to share the risk with me that comes for that particular time frame, then I now basically we share profits 40-60%. So if your capital
40-60% against you or for the person?
No, 60% for the investor.
Okay, then 44.
That is the interest.
Okay.
That's what we use. Then if you don't want to share that with me, I basically give you 10% fixed ROI on a monthly basis. So if you have 500,000 with me, you're getting roughly 50,000, right?
Monthly.
For that duration. If you're investing, if I'm holding your capital for 1 year, you'll be getting 50,000 on a monthly basis. And then after 1 year, if you can choose to circle your capital or you can choose to pull out your capital. If I'm holding so those are basically two things.
Okay.
If you want to share the risk with me, sometimes I can trade in a month and I'll make roughly 30 or 40%. Sometimes I'll trade in a month and I'll make 3%. If I make 3% of 500,000, for instance, that means I've made what? Roughly within the range of about 15 to 20,000.
Yeah.
But I still owe you as an investor to pay you an ROI of what?
What's ROI?
10%. Okay, return on investment.
Okay, these terms are very necessary because the people need to understand. So let's bring this crypto system home now. The question is going to be for the both of you anyway, but I'd like to begin with you. Let's talk about what is happening in our own arena. Recently we had Zuga coin going everywhere, and it seemed to yield lower acceptance within this terrain. But elsewhere, like in the eastern and southern part of the country, a lot of persons are so keen about the Zuga coin of a thing. We are not in any way advertising Zuga coin, but we are only trying, it's one of the crypto aspects we are talking about. Now some have refused to be part of Zuga coin. The feeling is that it is not yet legitimized. It's not yet a legitimate business platform. That's what some persons hold against it. And then some persons are already like, the rush is there. Let me buy early so that later on I'm going to be and I'm going to land on a sound footing. So all of this, what does it take for one to have a coin, a crypto platform where people will now join and flourish on that platform to become what they want and all that? First of all, let's look at, is it possible for one like myself or you to own a coin? What's the process?
Are you going?
Yeah, let's begin. No, we have to begin with you, and then we'll get to you.
The issue of Zuga coin, I had a clash with some of the representatives on Facebook
Okay.
because I aired my views about it, and they took offense. You see, in every venture you're going into, there are specific rules set down. You can have a coin,
Okay.
but there are certain processes that it has to pass through before it becomes legitimized. You can't just bring out a coin and without following due processes. And I'm trying to be very skeptical about it. So I'll skip questions about the Zuga coin. I don't say.
Yeah.
I would like to throw more light on that actually.
Go ahead, please.
Zuga coin, there's nothing wrong with Zuga coin. There's nothing wrong. I'm not a representative of Zuga coin. I don't know Jack, anybody. I don't have any relationship with him. But Zuga coin is actually a valid cryptocurrency. Why? How do I know it's valid? One, if you want to know a currency is valid, you go and check the market cap, coin market cap. There are different platforms which they are listed on, right?
Okay.
If you go and check the coin market cap, you discover that you have Zuga coin there. Now the problem there is, the problem with the coin, or the problem with people's acceptance, like I earlier said, is knowledge. You have to understand what you're doing. Now, when the Zuga coin was listed on on an exchange, it was pegged at a value. Now, like I said, two things are key for you to know the true value of a currency. The market cap, which means those are monies that are locked in that cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Do you understand? And the circulating supply.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zuga coin, from what I checked the last time, I had to just look, I just glanced through it because somebody drew my attention to it. When I glanced through it, I saw it has a market, a circulating supply of 1 million.
Okay.
Which is okay. So that means if it has a circulating supply of 1 million, if it has $2 million locked in it, right? Then that means one Zuga coin will be trading for what? $2.
$2.
Okay.
So for a coin to trade at that amount, it means it should have a market cap locked to it. Now, what people fail to do is this. When you've created a cryptocurrency, it undergoes what we call listing. It's listed on exchanges. The more exchanges it's listed on, the more liquidity it brings. Because the more exchanges, any exchange that is listing a currency, it now says, oh, we're listing XYZ currency. Then people now get knowledge or get aware about that currency. Binance platform, it takes, the last time I checked, for you to list a currency on Binance, you should, just like you have your traditional banks right now, whereby you have a minimum deposit lodged with CBN, right? In excess of about 25 billion or so, right? It's the same thing that happens here. If you want to list a coin on one of the most reliable exchange platform, which is Binance, right?
Yes.
You have to have a fixed amount of about $1 million kept aside. And then that currency is going to be audited. The code that is used to create that currency is going to be audited.
Okay.
There are different things that's happening in the crypto space. There's a cryptocurrency called Kova. It came out. If you use CoinGecko or you use coinmarketcap.com, once you click SZG or so, ZC or so, right?
Okay.
It will pop up and you see it. And when you see it, you see this coin when it was created, the time it was introduced. But they skipped some other things. Things like ICO, where you create money. Now it's like that is the base at which that currency is starting from.
Okay.
Yes, those monies are then locked. So those ICOs were not done, or if they were done closed.
Okay.
You know, let me not just speculate like that. It was a closed ICO and all that. So That's just basically. But the coin, from what I've seen so far, I haven't read the codes. I don't understand codes. But by the time exchanges are listing a currency, then it now becomes more valid.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
no
so
problem.
just before Emmanuel finally wraps it up, let's get this straight.
Yeah.
The physical bank is usually attacked by armed robbers,
Yes.
and whatever it takes, they get away with the money.
Yeah.
Now we are talking about internet platform here.
Yes.
Crypto system has a lot to do with internet.
Yes.
Virtually everything is connected to the internet, and we have people who are technocrats. They are very technical when it comes to ICT, and they could break into any digital platform. Do we have a risk of these platforms being hacked by fraudsters and all of that? Because a lot of persons are scared.
We have 100% risk that platform is going to be hacked. Benue TV is presently airing on air, right?
Yeah.
If the hackers are ready and are coming for Benue TV, this particular signal is going to be seized and something else will be airing. The truth about it is that, irrespective of this risk, is it worth it? Those are questions you should ask.
Okay.
The internet is somebody created it. It's code. Yeah, I'm an ICT personnel also.
Yeah.
So I know what it means when somebody is ready. If somebody is ready for you and is coming for you, the person is coming for you. That's where internet security comes into play. Do you understand? You also have your own team there of developers. Like I said, Kova was hacked and the currency was being traded on an exchange. Do you understand? A lot of exchanges have been hacked. A lot of exchanges. Have I lost money in cryptocurrency? Yes, I've lost. My first experience was, well, I lost about 400 and something. I bought into the biggest crypto scam in the whole world, which is called OneCoin. I invested about 460 something thousand then, as far back as 2016. It was an initial coin offering. So we've lost, but we are still, in fact, I think so that loss drew brought about my passion in cryptocurrency, made me learn and find out things. So basically it's worth it, and it's very, very valid, and there are other aspects which we can look at, but maybe some other time.
Okay, maybe some other time. The reasons being that time is not our friend at this point. But before we finally draw the curtains and call it a day this morning, I just want to just tell us 2 challenges you faced. Aside you not sleeping, what are the major challenges you faced in cryptocurrency? Just a few seconds.
Challenges. Everything has advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
So there are disadvantages. Mention 2.
At least just 2.
So, well,
Apart from sleepless
apart from not
nights.
sleeping, cryptocurrency consumes a lot of data. Be prepared to be 24 hours online.
Okay.
Data is expensive in Nigeria. That's one of the downlines.
Okay. So that's a major. Now, any challenge on your path? Just a brief.
I've already mentioned one. I lost money.
Money,
when I was
yeah,
learning.
that's true.
So I lost money when I
Does
was
it mean
learning.
if everybody is learning, they will lose money too?
No, that's why we're here.
Oh, okay.
I manage people's fund.
Okay.
But I also allow you to actually learn why I manage your fund.
Okay.
I want you to know it.
So-
Know how that money is coming.
So how low can someone invest?
How low? With me?
What's the lowest amount?
I try to trade upwards $1,000. So presently at the present exchange rate should be roughly around 480 something thousand.
Okay, that's the for an investor.
Yes, that's what I put out there.
Okay.
And, that's what I do.
Oh, okay. So if I want you to manage a fund for me, it has to be at that level, at that amount.
Of course.
Okay, nothing less, nothing more.
No, if it has to be something less, then definitely has to. We have to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
It's not just. I don't like. Basically, I don't like trading with small sums.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying.
Like I say, if a portfolio performs by 3%, a $1,000 portfolio performs by 3%, that's $30. If you put $100 there, that's $3. So it's better I trade with huge sums.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
It's all about your trading strategy.
Okay, all about your trading
Strategy.
strategy. Well, quickly, let's just have. I want to say thank you to the both of you, by the way, for making our time to be with us and also enlightening the minds of the people. First, just to come to you, TV Derek, just your final words to the Benue people on this.
Okay, you learn and then you start earning.
You learn and then you start earning. That's a big one and a quick one. How about you, Silas?
Final words.
Cryptocurrency is not a scam. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme for you to put money in your pocket eventually.
It's not a scam. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it will definitely put money in your pocket. That's what Silas has said, and I want to say, Yotioma, it's been good. It's been good having the both of you. I must confess. Now, quickly, for I don't know, your first time on Benue Television.
Yeah, on a live program. Yes.
On a live program. How about you? Same you. Okay. Now, so briefly, what do you think about the establishment?
No, this. To be quite honest, this is very commendable. I was blown off when I came in. I've heard people say, "Oh, Benue TV is cool and all that." But this is why I also say this is the power of technology.
Yeah.
We don't need to set up antennas and a whole lot of things. You just stream in live. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if we are so scared of technology, then what are we? Are we ready for business? We're not ready for business.
Okay.
And so this is commendable. I appreciate the initiative. And it's an initiative that was supported and seconded and followed through by the governor. So it's something commendable. This is my first time here, so I must appreciate this.
Okay. How about you, Silas?
Yeah, when I was told to come on this program, I was like, okay, let me come see what's happening. I've been following it online. I've been watching some of your clips online, you know. But being here personally is
a whole different.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
The whole environment, the discussion, and being a topic I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
Man, it's commendable. You guys are doing a good job. Keep it up.
Okay, for well, they said we're doing a good job. I just want to say, Silas and Teve, now that you know we're doing a good job, does that mean we both have one Bitcoin each? Well, that's the point where we begin to step on our brakes. But before I finally let it out and say, well, enjoy your day, I can't do that without my co-pilot giving his final thoughts and
very, very, very simple. Yeah, crypto is getting more interesting. The youth should take advantage of this. Yeah, because technology-driven money, I think, should be the best money. But of course, in every business, there is risk, and when you want to trade crypto, trade with caution and trade responsibly. That's the word.
Trade responsibly, just as you're told. Drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Well, the truth about it is, I just want to leave you with this. There is a scare and a fear for a second wave of the COVID-19. The reason why I'm saying that is so you please adhere to all the protocols that have been put in place. Wear your face masks, use your hand sanitizers, maintain physical social distances, and ensure that if you don't have anything to do out there, just stay home, relax. It's enough rest. There's never enough rest, so keep having rest, and definitely we would see that COVID-19 is put to an end. That's the coronavirus. Meanwhile, I want to say thank you so much to our guests for their time and for also being of great support and help to this discussion this morning. Thank you so much. We pray that you will enjoy your day. Meanwhile, at this point, please, if you want to trade, you can reach out to them. Look for a way to know what it is they do and how you can do what they do. And that's definitely would work for you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you, Japheth, for being a good co-host, and enjoy your day. I am Emmanuel Joseph.